Have you ever been in a situation where you've been asked to list the world's oceans and you simply blocked? To prevent that from happening again, watch this video, Oceans in the World. Hello and welcome to Night School, the channel that will pass you the general knowledge that everyone should know. I'm Ms.Mutleva, and today you will learn or be reminded of the oceans in the world. Historically speaking, because why not, there are 4 named ocean basins: the Atlantic, Pacific, Indian, and Arctic. However, most countries, including United States, I'm not surprised that everything must be different in United States, now recognize the Southern or Antarctic as the 5th ocean basin. People get bored sometimes, so I assume they feel it's time with this kind of things, adding, taking away, renaming things. We've just learned the thing, and the next day, oops, it is changed. Why simply when we can complicate it? On that note, let's start with the Pacific Ocean. Pacific Ocean is the largest of the oceans, covering around 1/3 of the Earth's surface. How big exactly is? I will just write the numbers here. Oh, that is a big number. It would take minutes to read it, and this number is making this ocean larger than all of Earth's land combined. I know, what? Mind blown! This king of the oceans separates Asia and Australia from North and South America. He is the biggest one, so he decides who will divide. Sorry dudes, it's the Pacific who separates you from hanging around on the same land. Now let's learn something about its name. The Pacific Ocean got its name from the explorer Ferdinand Magellan, the explorer that is best known for being the leader of a first successful mission to circumvent the Earth. But that is not the subject now. Let's get back to the name. He called it the Mar Pacifico, meaning the peaceful sea in Portuguese. Oh, now it's not only the biggest one, but also the peaceful one. World peace, probably first said by the Pacific. Its depth is another amazing thing he can show off with, because it has the deepest place in the world, with 10,928 meters or 35,797 feet under the ocean, and that place has its own name, the Mariana Trench. Ooh, so that means no matter how deep your secrets are, Marianas are deeper. Enough for the Pacific now, because he will start to show off more than it should. The next one is the Atlantic Ocean, or the 2nd largest ocean in the world, with an area of that much. It separates Europe and Africa from North and South America, another one that wanted to separate some friends. Atlantic Ocean can break around with the Gulf Stream. It is a powerful warm current that flows in the Atlantic from the tip of Florida up to coast of the United States and then over to Europe. The Gulf Stream has a large impact on the climate of the eastern US and western Europe. Thumbs up for the Gulf Stream, such an adventurous traveler, it travels more than me. Many years ago, some people thought the Earth was flat and that ships would just fall off the Earth somewhere out in the Atlantic Ocean. Columbus proved them wrong by sailing across the Atlantic and discovering the Americas, but for this particular subject in some other lesson. For today's flat earthers, I really don't know how they explain this thing, but I guess they have some good science explanation. The Atlantic Ocean get its name from the Greeks, who called it the Sea of Atlas, because Atlas was the Greek god of navigation and astronomy, and it is from his name, Atlantis, and finally Atlantic developed. Let's sail away to the Indian Ocean, the 3rd largest ocean in the world, covering that much. Or to get in perspective a bit better, his size is roughly 5.5 times the size of the USA. It lies south of Asia and India and separates East Africa from Australia. Also, the Indian Ocean is the warmest ocean in the world, with temperature of 28 degrees Celsius, or even higher in coastal regions near the equator. That sounds like the skinny dipping is open for me. Other interesting fact about the Indian Ocean that I'm sure a lot of people are unknown with is that the northern Indian Ocean also is the most important transport route for oil, as it connects the oil-rich countries of the Middle East with Asia. Even 40% of the world's offshore oil production comes from the Indian Ocean. That brings a lot of other stories, but for some other time. And now bring some warm clothes, multi-layer clothes, because we are moving on to the Arctic Ocean. In the northern part of the Earth, primarily around the North Pole, you can find the Arctic Ocean, the smallest and the shallowest of them all. His size is only 6.1 million square miles. Size doesn't matter, said the Pacific Ocean while laughing at him. For a good part of the year, much of the Arctic is covered in ice. Poor water, the most part of the year is freezing itself. The Arctic Ocean derives its name from the word Arctos, which means bear in Greek. The ocean doesn't look like a bear, but it is where it is. Many polar bears live there, so maybe the man who gave it the name was chased by one, and that's how he got the inspiration. Who knows? One of the most popular attractions for visitors to the polar region is the Northern Lights, also called the Aurora Borealis. The dancing light glow in the sky can be observed between November and April. The dream for all hopeless romantics out there. The sad fact is that the Arctic Ocean is warming faster than anywhere else on Earth and feeling the onslaught of climate change. However, don't ask politicians about the climate change. I'm sure they will tell you another story. In 2000, the International Hydrographic Organization created the fifth and newest world ocean, the Southern Ocean. It was created from the southern portions of the Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, and the Pacific Ocean, and completely surrounds Antarctica. Oh, this one is a thief! So, the Southern Ocean sits at the South Pole and the southern part of the Earth. How obvious, duh! It is the fourth biggest or second smallest ocean. Depends on whether you're an optimist or a pessimist. Its size is this much, or about twice the size of the USA. Despite the demarcation of this new ocean, it's likely that the debate over the number of oceans will continue nonetheless. After all, there is only one world ocean, as all 5 or 4 oceans on our planet are connected. And here we will end with this lesson. I hope you had a good sail around, and I hope we all learned something. If not, rewatch the video again. It's that easy. Until next time and the next lesson. Class dismissed. Thank you for sticking up until the end of the lessons. If you liked the video, hit that like button. If not, write in comment section down below. I feel ready for arguing there. Also feel free to put some suggestions. For more lessons, hit that subscribe button and also hit that icon bell. I can wait, no worries. Come on, hit it.